他擅长为排案，不要说中国话。
Fucking up Munin, fljuga, hverjan mun kunne je fjer. Mijn kop Huginn han haft til nu kommer på tjanke mer of Munin.
This here'll not do. What about these props? And I says to him, why, what are talking about? What does mean about props? It'll never do this here, he says. You'll be having roofing one of these days. And I says, they'd better stand on a bit of clunch then and hold it up with thy head.
他擅长为排案，不要说中国话。
不是 pit talk， 老家城市，老头是下，老师是老，最生年轻，是好最生。中国名洪生是个英国人。加入我新顿一个大学中线，我精通数学，会讲法国语，喜欢读书。我喜欢画画，不了解中国，不学好水性。
哈哈，不听话，不说话，不讲话，不懂话，笑话是反话，乱说话。
As you can see, my dragon has a fairly low opinion of my ability, and as you can hear, he's probably right. I'm an intermediate student. I haven't been learning Chinese very long, or in fact, I have been studying Chinese for a very long time, but not getting anywhere. The thing that saved my life, or at least saved my Chinese, is my new teacher. I'd like to talk briefly about some of the difficulties I got into learning Chinese, and also tell you how my teacher saved me. If you are a teacher or a student, I hope you'll find this helpful. My first problem, as you will see if you've been watching the video, is that I have a strong accent, an accent from the north of England. And this makes putonghua, or in fact pinyin, a very difficult thing for me to use. Not only do I have difficulty making Chinese sounds, but seeing them written in pinyin throws me totally. It would have been better for me if I had never seen a pinyin character of any kind. It would have been better to have learned to speak Chinese first and not to learn to read it first. I'm a high-tech guy. I spend a lot of time with documentation and I'm a quick study. And so my natural reaction was, go get a book. And I went and got a book. I have about 50 Chinese books, which I bought over a period of 3 or 4 years. And after 50 Chinese books, my vocabulary was about 50 Chinese words. And all of it is because I was trying to fit my pronunciation to a really strange scheme where the pinyin character says that it represents the sound of the Chinese, but it does not. The fix for that is to do some Chinese where you are listening, where you are speaking. And so the first thing that I learned from my teacher is that you have to do it. You can't learn Chinese by sitting looking at a page and trying to remember it. It does not work. The second thing that I found interesting was what she described as not eating white, by which she meant if it's boring, you won't learn anything. And she talked about implicit and explicit memory. In fact, although I speak Chinese probably to a low intermediate level, there's 1 billion Chinese people who speak Mandarin better than I do. There's probably 4 billion in the world who don't. But they all learned Chinese by the implicit method. They did things, people spoke to them, they pointed to an object, someone referred to it by name. And in implicit memory, you don't need to sit in front of a page. Small children do not learn vocabulary from a book. They actually just live their lives. And so one way for me to learn vocabulary, which I had identified as being a big problem for me, because I don't have any, was to engage in things that I enjoyed doing. I enjoy doing videotapes. This videotape is one of the tapes I've enjoyed. And it has helped me. I have probably used 120, 150 words in this videotape. I didn't stop to count them, that I didn't really know before. And I haven't sat down in front of a page, I haven't made a list, I haven't gone bongy 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 bong. And the third thing is to do what my dragon did. Learn words in clusters, like real life. Not just hua, but bu ting hua, disobedient. Bu dong hua, not comprehending. And my favorite, wan shao hua, talking nonsense, a thing I do a lot. Most teachers are smart. My teacher is very smart. Smart enough to recognize that if I was able to play to my strengths, I would find this a lot more interesting and doable. One of the strengths that she identified that I had not really noticed is, in a small way, I'm quite musical. And so to help me phrase my Chinese, because up until that point I had been treating it as if it was a code and not as if it was words spoken or sung by real people, in order that I should treat it as a real human language, she introduced me to a series of very simple songs on YouTube. And one of them, which I really enjoyed, was by Placido Domingo, doing a love song from the Tang dynasty. Very old, very plaintive. And I looked at this, I played it twice on the video, and then I turned round to my keyboard and I actually did it for myself. And I'd like you to hear that. This is not necessarily something that everyone could do, but this was important to me. When I first heard this poem, I cried, and when I hear it again, I will probably cry. Thank you for listening. Your own path, your own Dao through the maze of Chinese will be different from mine. But whichever way you go, good luck. Hao, 再见。
微亮弯弯，回荡溜溜的郊游，时间溜溜的逆着，任我溜溜的来游，时间溜溜的难着，任你溜溜的秋游，月亮弯弯，任它溜溜的出游。